One of the Zionists says that the Zionists must destroy the world and start wars in order to establish a new world for the Zionist Christians. The Battle of Armageddon is a prominent issue in the three Abrahamic religions, as Christianity and Judaism also believe in it. It is said to be the final battle between the forces of good and evil, while Islam provides its own perspective on this battle. In this article, we will explore the Battle of Armageddon according to Islamic teachings in a comprehensive and detailed manner. The term Armageddon is a Hebrew word consisting of two parts, the first part Har, meaning mountain, and the second part Megiddo, referring to a valley in Palestine. It is believed that this battle will take place in the valley of Megiddo in Palestine, and it is thought to be the decisive battle between the forces of good and evil. In Christianity, the Battle of Armageddon is considered an anticipated event that will end with the return of Christ. Christians believe that this battle will be resolved with the descent of Christ, who will judge the living and the dead, leading to the final victory of good. Christians look forward to this battle as a sign of the end of the world, where major conflicts will be resolved and the kingdom of Christ will be established. In Judaism, there is also a belief in the Battle of Armageddon, which they consider the end of the current era of human history. Jewish traditions hold that this battle will be led by the awaited Messiah, who will deliver them from their enemies and establish a global Jewish state, originating from Palestine. They also believe that the battle will lead to the beginning of a new era, where the awaited Messiah will rule the world. In Islam, the term Armageddon is not explicitly mentioned in religious texts, but there are references to a great battle that will occur in the end times. Here we will discuss what prophetic traditions and Islamic interpretations say about this battle. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, spoke about the great battle, which is a decisive confrontation between Muslims and their enemies. According to the Hadith, the Islamic Ummah will make a peace treaty with the Romans, and then, with their army, they will attack the enemies left behind by the Romans. They will then settle in Marj al-Talul, an area believed to be Armageddon, where a significant conflict will occur. In this battle, a Roman will raise the cross and say, "The cross has prevailed," leading a Muslim to kill him, which will result in the Romans breaking the treaty, and a massive battle called the Great Battle. Another hadith mentions that the Romans will invade the depths, or Dabiq, and a battalion from the city, consisting of the best people on earth at that time, will go out to face them. After the battle, Constantinople will be conquered, which is a stage that precedes the events of the Great Battle. The conquest of Constantinople is considered a sign of the end times according to Islamic texts, and is seen as preparation for the following events. Prophetic traditions detail the Great Battle, stating that Muslims will face a massive number of enemies in a fierce confrontation. The Hadith states that 1/3 of the army will flee, 1/3 will be killed, and the remaining third will stay in the battle until victory. The battle will last several days, and God will support the Muslims with help from allies, who are Muslims from different countries such as Pakistan, Iran, and Indonesia. The Hadith about the Great Battle provides a clear description of the confrontation, indicating that Muslims will face enormous enemies in a fierce battle. The battle will be intense, and it will involve large armies from various nations. After the battle, Muslims will continue their advance into Europe, eventually entering Italy and conquering Rome. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, mentioned that they will find the true gospel and the staff of Moses after the conquest of Rome. After the defeat of the Western forces in the Great Battle, Muslims will continue their advance into Europe, eventually entering Italy and conquering Rome. The Hadith also mentions that they will find the true gospel and the staff of Moses after the conquest of Rome. Islam views the Western belief in the necessity of the Battle of Armageddon as part of a political and Zionist agenda aimed at supporting Israel and encouraging Jewish immigration to Palestine. This belief is considered a driving force behind political stances and interventions in the Middle East. The perspectives on the Battle of Armageddon differ among the Abrahamic religions, but they share common themes related to the end of times and a major battle that will settle the conflict between good and evil. While Christianity and Judaism focus on the role of the Messiah in the battle, Islam emphasizes the appearance of the awaited Mahdi and the great battle. In Christianity, the return of Christ is expected to lead the battle and rule the world. In Judaism, the awaited Messiah is believed to lead the battle and establish a global Jewish state. In Islam, the focus is on the appearance of the Mahdi and the great battle, known as the Great Battle, which will lead to the defeat of the enemies and the opening of Rome. The Battle of Armageddon is considered part of Western and Zionist agendas, which use it to justify their political positions and support for Israel. Studies indicate that these political dimensions aim to reinforce the Jewish presence in Palestine and support Jewish immigration. American politics have been influenced by the belief in the Battle of Armageddon, with some American leaders reportedly believing in the necessity of this battle as part of their religious convictions. This belief is considered a motivating factor for supporting Israel and intervening in the Middle East. The belief in the Battle of Armageddon affects Western policies by reinforcing support for Israel and justifying interventions in regional conflicts. This influence is seen as part of efforts to achieve Zionist and global goals. The Battle of Armageddon is an important issue shared among the three Abrahamic religions, but each religion offers its own interpretation of this battle. In Islam, the battle is part of the end-time events, and prophetic traditions detail its events and characteristics. Islamic narrations indicate that Muslims will achieve victory in this great battle, which will lead to the final triumph of Islam. The Battle of Armageddon is part of diverse religious beliefs, with each religion providing its own interpretation. In the end, Islam shows through its texts that victory will be with the Muslims, and this victory will be achieved with God's support and assistance.